Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and that is the R in the RK Stumblingbear, and I'm a reader and a writer. So now that it is May, I thought it was time to do another check-in of how many books I've hauled in the past 2 months. So this is talking about March and April. If you're wanting to know the books I hauled in January and February, I will link the video up above. So then going into March, I went to a library sale and I picked up Light This Candle, The Life and Times of Al Shepard, which is about the astronaut Al Shepard. I have read this previously. I also picked up Lost Moon. This is about Apollo 13. It's really more of a bigger scope as well because it talks a lot about Apollo 8 and some other things with gem level. I have also read this previously. And then I got This New Ocean by William E. Burroughs, and it's the story of the first space age. As you can tell, I like space history. I have not read this. I got The Book of Universes by John D. Barrow. This just kind of sounded interesting because one of the sci-fi trips I like is multiverses. Not time travel, but I like multiverses. However, this is a nonfiction and I have not read it yet. I also won a Goodreads giveaway, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I have not read this series yet. And then I won 2 books from Margaret Bernard's Readathon, the Black Author Tuber Readathon, and I got Breaking Her Rules by Deirdre Ann Anderson. This is a contemporary romance. And then I also won a book by T.L. Russ, and there was some sort of glitch and it didn't come through, so I just picked up for myself My Rancher Valentine, because that was her newest one that came out in January. So also contemporary romance. Also in the month of March, I got 4 new books via ebook for the self-published science fiction contest. These are other semi-finalists. I picked up The Murder Algorithm by Wilson Kincaid, Eat by Jesse Brown, Whiskey and Warfare by E.M. Hamill, which I have read, Space Opera, loved it, and Wakers of the Cryo Crypt by Nathan Cusack. And because these are books that I'm reading for a contest, I don't typically go out and look at the bio. I just kind of pick them up and start reading. I do like to just read blind. It's kind of fun. And that brings us into April. So at the very beginning of April, on April 1st, the day it was released, I picked up A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett, and I have read this book. This is the second in the Leviathan series, I think is what it's being called. Fantasy series with very interesting uses of plant to affect people's bodies. Really enjoyed it. I also picked up the Serviceberry audiobook, which I have read, and this is by Robin Wall Kimmerer. It's a nonfiction talking about abundance and reciprocity in nature and how we could probably apply it to our own economy. I picked up my own copy of Murder by Memory by Olivia Waite. Read this in March, loved it, knew I'd want to reread it. It's a cozy sci-fi mystery. I also picked up The Butcher of the Forest by Premi Mohabed. I ended up choosing to buy this because it was nominated for the Nebulas and the Hugos, and the copy that my library had went missing. And in the past, when that's happened, it has taken forever for them to get a new one, so I decided to buy my own copy. And about a week after I got this myself, the library got a new copy in. And I'm close to finishing this. It will happen in May. And then the last book I picked up in April was an audiobook, Love and Marriage in the Age of Jane Austen by Rory Muir. And this is, I like Regency romance, that sort of thing. Maybe one day I'd like to write my own, I don't know. But it seemed like an interesting kind of research book just to kind of hear how things actually happen. What was it really like versus all the romance books that I read. So yeah, that is all the books that I have picked up in March and April. Ebook, audiobook, and physical. Have you read any of these books? If so, let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you haven't, but are interested in one, I'd love to know that as well. But thank you, and have a good day.